Sports. And we're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. The Cleveland Cavaliers come into this one following a loss to the Knicks in New York.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanged off the rim. I mean, that's an easy way to get the home crowd in your grill.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So on the floor for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Freak is out there with Irving, and it's Thompson in at center. And he gets it to go. James with it. 11 points for him in that last game against the Knicks in New York. It's hauled in by the Magic. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, plagued by foul trouble throughout in that game. I think it just forced them into some rotations that they weren't comfortable with.
Yeah, and you know, the frustrating part, guys, is that's something that can be avoided. You know, you can correct that, but you've got to move your feet and keep your hands to yourself. You've got to show some discipline.
Now here's Freak after the miss from Vucevic. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's going to be on Victor Oladipo. Cleveland shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And 72% on the year. I'm sure they'd like to improve that category.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
Now here's Tucker. 8 points his last outing. There's a screen. Picked by Vucevic. Now, here's Tucker. He's guarded closely. Clock at 4. The Magic need to get a shot off here. And stolen by LeBron. Irving with it. Now Payton defending. Irving against Payton. A shot's good from Irving. Irving's got his first 2 points.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Payton kicks to Oladipo. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton.
Oh, how about the floater there? Nice drop.
Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
When I had a chance to speak with Coach Scott Skiles, I asked him if there was an X factor in this game, a player they couldn't forget about, and he said it would have to be Tristan Thompson, the power forward out of Texas. He said Thompson is still developing from a skill standpoint, but his motor is really off the charts. You always have to find him and get a body on him when the shot goes up because the guy never takes a play off. Guys, they've been forewarned. We'll see if they take it to heart.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Payton dishes to Tucker. Just 5 on the clock. Here's the 3. Love grabs the board. The Cavaliers leading by 4. They set the pick. Irving passes to Freak. On the wing, James. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Payton kicks to Vucevic. Got it. Good job in the low post. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Now, here's Irving. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start exactly what they were hoping for.
And Oladipo kicks to Vucevic. Goes to the reverse layup and taps it in. Vucevic has got his second basket of the game.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
Here's Freak. The shot is off, and Orlando will come the other way. Tucker dishes to Payton.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Smith checked in for LeBron. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. 1:32 left to play in the first quarter.
Well defended, though. And he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Payton drives in. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Picked by Mozgov. Dellavedova, the pass to Freak. They set the screen. Lets the three fly. That's good. Dellavedova's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that. They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Now here's Freak. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
Here's Nicholson at 10, coming off an assist from Payton. Nicholson's got his first basket of the night.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
And that one's good. Freak.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Payton, right side. Nicholson kicks to Fournier. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Cavaliers lead by 2. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself and his teammates.
We expect so much out of each other every single night, and you know the team is going to go as hard as we go, as well as the other pieces.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media. He and LeBron. J.R. Smith's checked in for Mozgov. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Shumpert. And Freak subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Freak, he's in at point guard. Smith is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Love in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Taking a look at Cleveland. They're looking extremely sharp right now, poised in the top spot and playing very well. And checking out Orlando. They're much further down in the standings right now.
And right now for the Magic, nobody was calling on them to kind of set the world on fire. But even those modest expectations have yet to be realized.
Yeah, you know, Greg, it's been a shame for their fan base, too, because they haven't really had much to be optimistic about to this point.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Knicks was superb. He dropped 14 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. A bit of a surprise attack for him, as he is usually just regarded as a role player on his team.
Good job as always, Doris. Thank you, guys. What was your take on his performance?
Kevin, I really felt like he left it all out on the floor. I'll say this. It was a great, hard-charging effort.
Guys, when he's on, nobody's more fun to watch. And he was definitely on in that game.
Fry, good.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Payton kicks to Gordon. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 5 assists in the game.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Smith dishes to Freak. Smith kicks to Freak. Here's Dellavedova. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Dellavedova's got 5 now.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Here's Payton. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. He kicks it to Gordon. Oladipo goes in. Great defense that time from Freak. Cleveland leading by 5. Kicks it to James. Teardrop shot, and the layup is up and in. LeBron's got 5 points now this quarter.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
The dish to Tucker. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Now Payton. Lets it go from the wing. That's short off the rim. Cavaliers have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Pass to Freak. Dishes to Fry. Stolen by Gordon. Payton outside. And Oladipo, here we go. And that one's good. Oladipo's got 8 points. 6 seconds left here in the second. Here's Freak. No good on the buzzer beater. And the first half comes to a...
Okay, good job battling them out there. Let's talk about some crucial areas from the first half. Firstly, our offensive output in the paint was really encouraging. But that being said, let's make sure we don't get too one-dimensional in the... More levels, more devils.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Nice game. Great performance by Nikola Vucevic.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Payton and Oladipo, the explosive backcourt pair. Gordon and Vucevic together in the post, and it's Tucker in at the 3 slot. So that's who Scott Skiles starts the second half with. And he makes both free throws.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And this, now a list of guys who can shoot it as well as they can pass it. The point guards with the highest shooting percentage in the NBA. Kyrie Irving, number 1.
And that percentage is what you'd expect to see from your big man. I mean, to get it from a guy who spends most of his time on the perimeter says a lot about his efficiency.
He has been absolutely deadly from the field, and that's because he's just as good at creating his own shots as he is at getting shots for his teammates. He knows how to find the open looks.
And here is Payton. There's the feed to Oladipo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one's on target from the wing. Oladipo's got 10 points in the game. The Cavaliers leading by 3. LeBron kicks to Love. Floats one up. He lays it in. He's got 7.
Getting the half off to a good start here already with some penetration.
Oladipo outside.